another Brad Pitt movie. I'm sorry. We didn't mean it. We didn't mean it. Please forgive us. This was Jen. This was Jen's choice. Jen, for those who are just tuning in, is my mother. My name is Dara. I'm here with my co-host Emily. This is our podcast, The Swamp. It's an acronym.
Stands for some whack-ass movie podcasting.
And because my mom's birthday is in February, we let her pick all of the movies that we covered this month. And this week, we chose from her list that she gave us Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, the 2003 DreamWorks animated pirate action drama, for those who may not remember. Did you remember? Because I did.
I did not really. This was like the movie that like I only ever watched like maybe once or twice, and it sits in a very deep cavity in my brain.
You remembered Eris and her sexy flowing hair?
Like very...
The big hair? No?
Bits and pieces. I remember the two guys for sure. I remember like the colors being red and blue, you know?
Right, Sinbad and Proteus.
Yes. Weirdly enough, Catherine Zeta-Jones did not leave that much of an impression on me as a child, which is insane because now I have her haircut in this movie.
Right, when she like has it in an updo and then she like takes it down and it's like it got shorter. I'm like, wait, yeah. I'm like, how'd you even get that up into that bun?
What kind of clip do you have?
Point me towards it.
No, for real. What kind of technology did they have back in ancient? You know, I don't even know where this is.
Well, I can explain this to you because
Syracuse, I just think of New York.
Syracuse haunts me, truly. But long before there was a Syracuse in upstate New York, there's a Syracuse in Italy. Or, no, Greece. Sicily. Wait, where is Syracuse?
It's right at the bottom of Italy, right? Isn't that the thing?
Oh, wait, I'm dumb as bricks because it's like Greek and Roman, right? Syracuse, Italy, Romans, Greek. This is a Greek myth that they are spinning into Sinbad. So Sinbad is this character. So the movie is called Sinbad.
Yes. Okay.
Right?
Okay. And you gotta tell me like I'm dumb because I do not know what they're coming at me with, and they do not care to explain it in this movie.
Sinbad the Sailor is a character from like the 14th century, right? Long time ago, where there would just be like a character and people would write all different like folk legends and tales about this character.
Oh, yeah, like Blackbeard, right?
Right, sure. So Sinbad the Sailor, and it was like an addition to Arabian Nights, right? 1001 Nights.
Sure,
So Arabian Nights is what they used as the basis for Aladdin.
Yes. I do know that.
And so this version of that, where they're taking this 14th century pirate myth, Sinbad, but instead of making it be about Muslim and Arab sailors, they're like, no, we're going to do a Greek myth and just use the character of Sinbad the pirate to tell a Greek myth about these two best friends. It was,
what the fuck?
Pythagoras. Like, the Pythagorean theorem?
I do know that one.
Well, it turns out Pythagoras did a lot of other things too, and one of his musings on friendship was a story of Damon and Pythias, and Damon and Pythias are Sinbad and Proteus. And so basically they told the story of Damon and Pythias, which is about the friendship and the trial, and he leaves and he takes his place, right? And it's the whole like, will he come back to take his place, and proving that, a true friend will really come back. That Greek myth, they were like, we're going to do it about pirates and call it Sinbad. But it doesn't really have anything to do with any of the stories that actually happened in the works of
my God.
Sinbad the Sailor. So yes, this movie opens and it's kind of like, yeah, you know these guys, right? Your old pals, Sinbad and Proteus.
I thought I was just like dumb and not like well read or something like that. I was like, is this some myth that I haven't heard about or some shit like that? But also I was like, why is everyone like weirdly ethnically ambiguous? And I feel like they're not really telling us where they are.
Yes. I think they made it vaguely Mediterranean, right? Instead instead of it, he is
very broadly Mediterranean.
But it is like Sinbad is born in Iraq, I'm pretty sure, like in the stories he's originally from Iraq, but he travels the globe, right? It's all about he's a pirate, but he sees
he wants
everywhere.
to go to Fiji.
Well, no, I mean like in the actual, like the 14th century, like the original Sinbad, right? Like he was an Arab man, right? But he's traveling the world, so one could assume, like maybe he did have some adventures with the Greeks and the Romans. Who's to say? But they just didn't really contextualize it in that way. It was just more like vague. And they did say that he was from there because the prince saw him from the window when they were children. So it is kind of explicitly saying that he is Italian ?
Well, our protagonist can't be brown, Dara. Come on now. It's Disney.
But he has brown hair and brown eyes, but he will be voiced by Brad Pitt.
They did have some heavy hitters here, though, I will say. Where they do fail with Brad, they also have Michelle and Catherine.
If you'd like a little bit more context, too, I guess, like the meta of this movie, not just like why this story is... I think we probably discussed this a little bit when we talked about Treasure Planet specifically and sort of like the death of hand-drawn 2D animation, like across the board, right? Like they purposefully tanked that movie so that they would never have to make a flat movie again, which is just like really a shame.
What year was that one?
2002, so just the year before. And that's also maybe kind of important to note because an important player here is Jeffrey Katzenberg. He is the CEO head of Disney from 1984 to 1994. That's when they were doing all their banger shit, right? Hercules, Mulan, Aladdin, whatever they call like the Renaissance of Disney. That was under Jeffrey Katzenberg. But he really pissed a lot of people off, and I don't really know the details exactly of what had happened, but there's a harsh split, right, in 1994, and he immediately turns around, he teams up with Steven Spielberg and a bunch of other people, and they form DreamWorks, and immediately they're, like, cranking out, well, not replicas per se, but they are they're purposefully trying to antagonize Disney. So like Ants,
are they like one-to-oneing it kind of?
Ants coming out the same year as Bug's Life, and they put out Shrek, which was kind of like a purposefully poking fun at the traditional animated movie. That's a little down the line. That's later, but 1994 is like this harsh split. Particular thing they were trying to do at this time was to revitalize projects that Disney had axed while he was there. So like stuff that had gotten pitched but like just didn't quite make it. They were like, why don't we just...
so many gems in that.
And this was one of them. They're like, why don't we just pick back up that Sinbad project, fucking dope pirate movie, which I'm sure...
They maybe should have kept the pens down for that one, but
at this time, I'm sure that they are directly trying to compete with Treasure Planet, right? Do a kind of action adventure, more like for boys kind of movie.
Absolutely.
So it totally makes sense, the timing of it there. But much like Treasure Planet, the financial failure of this movie is what almost bankrupted the studio and basically led them to killing any traditional 2D hand-drawn animation moving forward. And that's why you get this really chunky blend of CG and 3D graphics.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
Which is very evocative of the time, and I like it because it makes me feel like a kid again, but I could see how it would be very jarring and unpleasant to the average viewer, right? And then going forward, they're like full tilt. Everything just has to be 3D rendered. We're using fully new computer systems. Like this was a big shift in all of animation, but this movie happens to just be at the crux of it happening to DreamWorks specifically.
Yeah, I do think that unfortunately, Treasure Planet, in terms of like the better crunchy CGI, does win on that front, because I think they come in with like the crunchiest monster that I've ever seen. And sometimes I really like it, but this one was almost even like too crunchy, where it was like computer game graphics. Do you know what I mean from back in the day?
It's like, remember when in a McDonald's toy, they'd give you like a video game? And it would be like a CD video game in the McDonald's, and it would be like promotional. I bet Sinbad had one of those, and I bet that it looks exactly like the beginning of this movie. They do cover it up. I forgive a lot of it because I think they cover up a lot of it with like really beautiful style and like interesting choices, like Eris and her hair, and the fact that the constellation animals turn from stars into the real beast. It's like, it's really stumbling to get there, but
because here's the thing,
still enjoyed it.
I don't mind the crunchy CGI when they are the constellations. I thought that one was really good. I think like there was like it was the particular, I think it was like the first or second, I think it was the first one. The first like monster that came out, I was like, "Oh boy." But like then like towards the end of the movie where they're in the desert, and I think obviously, you know, you can tell they spent more time on that. I thought it was beautiful, and I loved the way that they were almost like filled in constellations. I don't know. I can't describe it. But do you know what I mean?
They were like blobs of sky shaped like animals, but like the stars were like moving inside of them. Yeah, it was very cool.
Yes.
But the story basically that this follows, it also takes kind of a love triangle angle, right? Because you've got Sinbad, who's a pirate who wears red, Proteus, who's a daddy's boy prince who wears blue, and Catherine Zeta-Jones, who's sexy and in the middle. What's her name? Marina, because she's between the land and the ocean. She's the Marina. How poetic. And
fuck off! I didn't even think of that.
What happens is Sinbad tries to steal the Book of Peace, which is just sort of a vague, powerful artifact that we don't really learn about other than that it will bring peace to the land. Let's not get into it. Let's just say that the goddess of discord wants to stir the pot and wants to snatch up the Book of Peace, and she's gonna pin the murder on Sinbad because she just thinks that would be a funny thing to do. And this is Michelle Pfeiffer, why was this so horny?
Because it's Michelle Pfeiffer. What do you mean? Why was this so horny? Besides, like, the animation?
Sound off in the chat if this movie turned you gay. Honestly, like, why, in my mind, do I specifically remember as a child feeling some real type of way? Not just her looking evil and sexy with her big hair, but specifically the scenes where Sinbad is really little and she's really big and she's like talking down to him and shit. Why did that sear into my frontal cortex? All right.
A giant woman.
Does anyone know what I mean? There has to be others. But basically, then the Book of Peace, the all-knowing, all-powerful artifact gets snatched up by sexy Michelle Pfeiffer, and then
it goes dark.
And then Sinbad has to atone for his crimes because he's being pinned for the theft, because he was trying to thieve it before. He's always been thieving. And then Proteus, his bestie, who just like hasn't been pirating with him, but has been running the city of Syracuse with his dad, who's the king or the mayor or just in charge. Proteus is he's gonna take Sinbad's place, and Sinbad is going to go try to get the book back. And if Sinbad can get the book back, then everyone is free. But if Sinbad can't get the book back and dies at sea or doesn't come back, then Proteus will be axed. Or what actually happens is if Sinbad can't get the book, but then Sinbad comes back, Sinbad can take his place back and can get executed himself, which is the ultimate test of friendship, according to Pythagoras, I guess. And all the while, Marina goes with Sinbad to make sure that he actually does what he says he's going to do. Because originally he's like, I'm running away. I'm going to Fiji. And she's like, we're getting the book. And so then they go on a big pirate adventure through all their trials and tribulations. They end up on like a sandbar that ends up being a giant anglerfish. It's very gooey. We sort of get to know the cast of pirates. There's Kale, the very sexy, like, first. Again, everything is
first
sexy.
mate.
He's like topless and has huge pecs and huge nipples.
Giant.
And it's like this like sexy bald like captain man. And then also there's Rat, who's like the guy who does all the ropes. And there's this amazing. My favorite scene in this whole movie, I think, is like him swinging on the ropes around the ship, and you sort of get like the camera panning all through, and he like is doing it with such ease, and he's lighting all the lamps around the pirate ship, but like he's ultimately, this movie is about quintessential dope badass pirate shit, and that's what really sits with me about it. Because I was like mid into the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. This is my like pirate movie. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean. Actually, Pirates of the Caribbean, that came out in 2003 as well, right? Also, DreamWorks trying to contest with Disney. They're like, we can do pirate shit too.
Really gas. I did subscribe to the Pirates of the Caribbean shit, and I will still. I think those movies are good.
To this day.
I think that is like the pinnacle of CGI. I think go look at that third movie in that trilogy, and I think it's
that the one with the octopus beard?
Yes.
Have you seen up through what's the newest one? Number 6?
I watched, we went on like a family vacation once, and shout out Alyssa. She like made everyone go through and watch all of the Pirates of the Caribbeans in order. So it was like a really good first 3 days, and then the last 3 were like ass.
Right, because the last one came out in 2017, it seems. Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Javier Bardem was there.
So there are 5 in total.
It's just not hot without Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, and it doesn't matter. And then you just have Johnny Depp, so you're left with the shell of a franchise.
Yeah, I would say that I think that that particular franchise is completely dead, completely axed.
Absolutely.
Any attempt Disney makes to revive it. You know that joke that was like, Io Debris has been cast as Jack Sparrow to replace Johnny Depp in Pirates 6? Like,
yeah.
Honestly, I'd be here for that, but no. Like, I think that whole thing that's
the only thing.
I think that whole thing has to go to bed. But honestly, I feel like pirate media as a whole is like completely on the downturn, and at this point, in order to make like a genuine pirate movie, you have to be really critical of capitalism, and you also have to like kind of uplift thievery, which I feel like in the current socioeconomic political climate, they're like not trying to promote that shit right now, right?
Exactly. No one would greenlight your movie. That's the whole thing.
And ultimately, many pirate stories are also about slavery, right? And that's something that no one wants to talk about.
Yeah, no one's touching any of this with a 10-foot pole.
So I feel like
brave enough to do it. A24, show me the money. Neon, someone.
A24 is a private investment firm disguised as a movie distribution studio. True. Fuck it. Okay, let's take a pause about pirates, because you said A24 though, and I want to do a Skarsgård corner, because
oh my god,
we both have seen a Skarsgård movie in the past. When did you go? I went to the movies last night,
Monday.
So this week, you saw Pillion. Is that how you say it? Pillion.
Yep. Pillion.
Which I am eager to see, but your 3.5-star review is leaving me kind of not as excited.
So I liked it. I think I wrote this. It's a very respectful movie about kink, which I thought was very cool and very, it's very well done. It's very pretty, and I think it's very real. I think I would like to look at it through, I would certainly like to watch it again. Now that I've like watched it once to like actually, watch it, I guess. I think it's just one of those things. I think I need to decenter myself, I guess, from my experience of it. I like the way that they showed like really like unbridled queer joys in certain parts. One of my biggest criticisms, I guess, is that I think that the highs didn't feel high enough for me, especially in a situation that is very, just dominant and submissive and sort of
very charged. Yeah, I think I can see where you're coming from.
I don't know. I think it's more of like, I would like it to have been a little more charged, which I guess is what I think. It was more mundane than I was expecting, I guess, is one thing that
which is probably like more realistic actually, but isn't always what I want in a movie. So I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, would have liked the dial turned up like just 1 or 2 notches, but I think it was really cool the way that they did everything, and I think it was very, like I said, respectful, which I think is, I saw it somewhere, and there was a talk afterwards with the director. I don't think the moderator did a very good job, because he was sort of talking about it in like a very patronizing way, because I think that this is a movie that probably even like gay people, I'm clearly not like very good at talking about my thoughts on it yet. I think that it's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I did, however, in my screening, have one old lady walk right out after like one of the graphic sex scenes, and it was fantastic.
Honestly, I love when that happens. As a frequent moviegoer, there are all sorts of movie.
Draw your line, woman.
What?
I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie.
What movie was I in recently, and many people walked out? But it was recent. I can't think of it.
Anyways, yeah, tell me about your Alexander Skarsgård though, because I like to see him play like a character, and the movie that I saw was very like grounded.
No, he was going big with this one. This was I want to see it. I saw the Charlie XCX mockumentary, A24 mockumentary. I didn't realize it was a mockumentary until moments before entering the theater, and I was like getting the debrief from my friends. I was like, because I didn't know if it was like a concert movie, or honestly I didn't really know anything about it.
I think there's a good test for that is if Rachel Sennett is in it, then it's probably satire.
I enjoyed it a lot more than I was expecting to, because I like Charlie XCX, but I also sometimes think that it's part of this overarching problem where it's like, when you just are the thing you're satirizing, is it satire anymore? Yes. And then it's like,
that's exactly what I felt. Well, that's what I felt like with I Love LA.
Yes, exactly. Where it's like, if you're just being like, and Sabrina Carpenter too, I feel this way about. If you're like, oh, it's tongue in cheek that I'm a sexy baby, but you're still doing a sexy baby act. So it's like, just because you're self-aware about it is great, but I don't know if that really changes what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Like at that point, you're just doing the same thing as, oh my God, who was that girl that was like actually trying to be a sexy baby? Do you know
Melanie
that artist
Martinez.
I'm talking? Yeah!
Yes, because I wanted to dye my hair like her, because I watched The Voice in 2012, and she sang a really indie cover version of Toxic that really tickled me. And I was like, I should dye my hair like that. Glad that didn't pan out. But yeah, so I'll bump the Brat album.
Sure,
I like it as much as the next person.
But time and place.
But this was very like insightful and kind of critical in the way.
Did it feel like more in tune than, and I'm just gonna keep comparing it to I Love LA because it's the closest thing there. Did it feel like more aware of itself?
This was fully like a mockumentary. Like there were actors, like everyone, like there were comedy actors playing parts, and it was like clearly a movie. And basically, it was this fictionalized scenario. I guess spoilers if you don't want to know the concept or whatever. But it's like this fictionalized scenario where Charlie, in the middle of like the peak of Brat, if she had like sold out and had let them compromise her creative vision and basically turn her tour into like a Taylor Swift tour, pretty much, like it was what the ending of it was. So it's like, she's like bumping that, we're gonna do the cocaine, flashing lights, whatever, and then Alexander Skarsgård comes in and he's like, oh yeah, legal, and the board is not gonna like this. They capitalize the B in Brat. Like he's basically like the consumer. He's like all about making it family friendly, maximizing the audience, like just being very corporate.
She's singing about cocaine,
corporate way about it. Yes, very shareholdery, and basically like turning it into like a fucking shitty arena tour with glitter and
of course.
So it was pretty funny. It was pretty like irreverent, and Alexander Skarsgård was great at, like, just at playing an over the top, obnoxious, like, Hollywood guy.
Well, I love to see him. I watched a little bit of his SNL the week before, and I just love to see him let loose a little bit.
He's got the sauce. He should be in a pirate movie. He's got the bisexual sauce to be a pirate.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Scandinavian pirate.
I was thinking,
I think those are just called Vikings, which that has already happened. I need to rewatch The Northmen.
The Northmen. Yes, I was thinking that today.
Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, provides us a love triangle opportunity. Situation, problem, I don't know. I think Marina, I want to absolve her and let her do whatever she wants, because she's a badass bitch, and she provided a lot of levity to the film.
Of course. Well, that's the whole thing, is everyone loves her. She's a bad bitch. I just wish I got to know, like, more of her story, because obviously she's been on the seas and everything like that. You literally get nothing backstory-wise from this movie, and I think that's one of my gripes with it. Am I crazy?
No, pretty much we learned that she showed up on a ship, her and Proteus.
And that was it,
lock
right?
eyes. Sinbad says, this is something I can't get involved in, and leaves. Because he's like, she's so beautiful, they have to be together, or whatever. Yeah, we learn nothing about where she's from, why she's a capable sailor.
Why she's, literally, like, running that ship like it's, one-handed.
The Navy,
yeah, exactly.
Running this Navy like it's the Navy.
All she needs is a dog, and she's good.
Spike.
Like, I feel like there's, like, because here's the thing, is I think that there's a lot of really good bones for this. They just didn't give you any explanation, which, if you're a kid, you don't give a fuck. It's perfect. You don't need to know anything else. But, like, watching this as an adult who doesn't really remember this as a kid, I just found it, like, a bit frustrating.
To me, I found it a bit too quippy. Like, every time she's like, yeah, I bet you didn't think a woman could do that. And there's this
every time.
Very played up, like, enemies to lovers kind of thing between her and Sinbad, where he has, like, all this feigned annoyance, like, Marina got stolen by the eagle, and I'm so pissed that I have to go save her, and she's such a burden to have on the ship because I'm a cool dude pirate and I am misogynistic, right? And it's like, ha ha ha, but it's like he says it with a little tongue-in-cheek, because deep down he's like, this bad bitch.
This pretty girl.
But I feel like at the end, it's like, she's whatever, choosing between the two of them, not even. But I'm just like,
not even, because he literally was like, hey, do you want to marry me still? At the beginning.
Yeah, Proteus asked her to marry him, but then they get, like, interrupted, and then they pretty much revisit that scene, and then he's kind of like, I'll let you go. But I'm like, all this time, I just don't think, for a kid's movie, it's good for us to teach young girls to accept, like, if, he's pulling your hair so he likes you, he's pretending to not like you and be annoyed that you're even around, and that's how he's going to show you that he likes you. Like, not cool, right? And it's like, obviously, then they kind of have their moment.
Proteus.
They have their moment. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't follow her heart, but I think build more to their relationship. Tell us that she's been on the seas, that she grew up on the seas and she loves the seas, right? And then maybe I'll believe their relationship. Just tell me one thing about this woman. That's what I need.
Literally, exactly. Besides the fact that all the boys love her.
Which I love her too. So I'm like, you've sold me there. Tell me more now.
Yeah. As soon as she popped up, I said, hello.
But like all good love triangles, it does work because there is something a little gay happening between Sinbad and Proteus, because they're like, we're best friends. Like, you know what that means. We sword fight in the same way.
We grew up together.
We sword fight in the same style, if you know what I mean. That's another amazing opening sequence of this movie, where basically you get the two ships, right? The good guy Navy ship with the boat, Proteus, and then you get the pirate ship, and all the pirates jump on, and they each have their own like signature fighting style, right? And Sinbad's doing all this fucking dope shit with knives. Incredible. I feel like movies don't look like that anymore, and it makes me sad.
Well, you don't get violence in kids' movies anymore. That's the whole thing. Is you couldn't make these.
You couldn't make these today.
But no, seriously. Like I saw someone on Twitter actually was talking about how they were watching Pirates of the Caribbean and how they were watching like the version on Disney and was like, wait, something is off about this.
And it was different. It was changed.
And it was different. And they pulled up the Blu-ray and they had clipped, they had taken out shots of people getting like shot in the head.
Yeah,
and stuff like
violence.
That. So, yeah, exactly. It just gone.
That's why I'm saying, we can't have pirate movies anymore. They're not going to make them. If you can't show guns and cannons and close quartered combat, and I feel like kids should see pirate movies because then you can learn important lessons about friendship. You can learn about the Pythagorean theorem, and you can learn about what it means to be bisexual.
I'm interested because I didn't watch it. How does like K-pop Demon Hunters like stack up in comparison? Like, is there any like overt violence? Is there any death? Is there like if there are guns, is it something that's like not like something that's lethal or whatever instead of like a laser gun or some shit? You know what I mean?
The violence was like towards inhuman, like towards a demon, right? So they were non-human enemies. So they're slashing through these like
they are demon
goblinoid
hunters,
demons, right? So it's all the violence is really not person to person. Would be my specific take on that movie. Yeah, I guess I can't speak for kids media as a whole.
So it negates it then. Yeah. Damn.
Jen, where have you been? Do you know that TikTok trend where it's like twin, but this time I'm saying Jen because we've missed you here on the swamp. It's Even Jen month. And we haven't had an appearance from you yet. So it's long overdue. Welcome back.
Thank you. I think my work schedule and your work schedules are just not jiving these days.
Yeah, no. I was just holding in my forts at yoga, so...
At your work,
too. Very busy.
At my work. Yoga.
At work yoga.
It was very busy.
It was very busy, yes.
But you have been in charge of selecting the movies for this month. You gave us an itemized list with categories and subheadings and heading levels, itemized to document. And this week we have chosen to cover Sinbad, which tell us a little bit about why you put that one on there. Was it from the category of just like movies we watched a lot in our house?
So it was actually under the category of animateds, but I easily could have put it into family staples because we watched it a lot. Was it 2003, give or take, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes. On the nose.
So when Ryan was a little toddler, me and Dara tried to get him to watch movies with us, we would pick like little superhero boy movies.
Sure, yeah.
The one thing I remember from the movie is when they're standing on the desert and the eye opens up.
Yes.
And it's the monster.
When that happened, that like tickled my brain in a nostalgic way that I was like, I remember the feeling of watching that as a kid and being like, whoa, like everything in this movie is so goopy and gooey.
For sure.
And what did you remember about the film?
I don't have as deep of a connection. So I feel like this one has come up a handful of times. This is certainly not the first time that it's been suggested. And it's one of those ones, I feel like it comes up in chocolate or vanilla or something like that. And I could never pick it because I didn't remember it well enough. Treasure Planet and Love.
Yes.
And oh my God, Atlantis and everything like that. And all. But like, I feel like
Big Hero 6.
I don't know where that one came
from. Just from your list? Oh, just from movies that you like?
No. But I think for me, it was like my parents didn't own this one, so we didn't watch it. And it was like I maybe saw it like at daycare once or twice, but like it was on the scarier side, so like we couldn't always show it. It was only when like the cool kids were there who had parents that like let them watch SpongeBob and shit like that. So it filled in some gaps in my memory that I didn't realize I had.
The dog, was it seeing the dog that you were like,
sure.
wait, I remember that dog.
I think again the sand guys, but immediately I also think the opening shot with that, oh my god, what's the evil woman's name?
Eris. And her hair,
yes,
and her sexy hair, and that made an impression on you, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly. Well, certainly more than, I think, Catherine Zeta-Jones, but I'll tell you what, she certainly made an impression on me this watch. Oh my god. I didn't realize
Brad
that.
Pitt and Catherine Zeta-Jones were hot in this movie, yes?
Everyone was hot in this movie. This movie was a little too hot to be a kid's movie. I gotta be real.
And that's exactly why they wouldn't show it at daycare.
Yeah. Yeah. But Jen, chocolate or vanilla, you're back finally. Is there a theme for this week? Are we doing any extra special games? What's the deal? Lay down the law.
There is a theme and there's a little game afterwards. So the theme is non-Disney animateds.
Hell yeah.
You know I love an animated movie. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
I go chocolate this week.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go vanilla. I had the same thing happen at work. There was cupcakes out last week, and I went for the vanilla twice.
I need to come to your work. You guys have cupcakes rather often, it sounds like.
And chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate chip.
Again, the fourth option being chocolate chip just doesn't really ever sit right with me. But I
think it's gonna be like chocolate chip cookie dough or something like that. Get something that's.
But then you're invoking invoking ice cream though, and that's not the question. It's not chocolate ice cream or vanilla ice cream. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
anyways,
yes.
I'm getting heated. I'm getting heated. I'll just stick with chocolate.
Wait. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, or caramel? How about that?
Yes. See, that feels more right. Yes. And I will pick caramel.
Yeah, I'll go caramel. Absolutely.
We say caramel because we're from
caramel sweep.
Caramel.
All right. First one is Flushed Away or Shark Tale.
Ooh. Shark Tale is a better movie, but I think I've seen Flushed Away more, and I feel like I've put Flushed Away on, like, ironically out of function, like, within the past 5 years, you know, because that's kind of a fun one to revisit. You're like, haha, the rest, Timothée Chalamet. Like, that's kind of funny. But I do feel like I gotta pick Shark Tale, though, because that's just, like, I would say a better and funnier and more impactful, more memorable film.
110%. I fucking love that. That was a regular in my household. Love some Shark Tale. That was one that I remember specifically watching on those DVD players that you put on the back of the car seats for like your 6-hour drive to Virginia Beach.
But now I feel like kids now just have the little strap like that puts the iPad on the back of the seat, and that's nothing. All of them have that probably now, right? If they have an iPad. I just assume all babies come with an iPad. The hospital actually just gives you one for the baby now. It's already essentially with the Face ID and the fingerprint. Yeah.
Well, actually, when they start putting the microchip in them, just straight out of the womb, it's gonna be real easy. They won't even come with hardware.
Only funny because it might be true. I'm gonna say Flushed Away because I remember watching it more.
Yeah. That one we definitely, the singing slugs, those were popular in our house.
See, I don't remember Flushed Away one bit. I don't know that I've ever even seen it.
Kung Fu Panda or Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Fuck Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That movie always pissed me the fuck off because you know what? It's based on a kid's book, a children's book that's really good and has beautiful illustrations. And I didn't mind that they were taking the story somewhere else because the kid's book story is more about the cool art of the food, the giant food falling from the sky. And I felt like that movie looked like dog shit. And that was one of the times that I was tuning in. I was like, they just got rid of any artistic integrity that this media once held and has turned it into capitalism slop. Hate that shit. What was my other choice?
Kung Fu Panda.
And you know what? I haven't revisited the Kung Fu Panda movies since seeing them as a kid, and there are a lot more of them now. I think I probably aged out of that franchise at like 2 or 3. There are several dozen Kung Fu Panda films. So I don't know if they hold up or not, but I'm going to have to pick it because I have at least a little bit of hope.
I'm gonna just, I haven't seen either of these movies. I'm just going to pick Kung Fu Panda to counterbalance the Brad Pitt that we've been doing the last 2 weeks with some Angelina. Bring some cleansing energy to this podcast.
I didn't even realize I picked 2 Brad Pitt movies. Next, I will go Kung Fu Panda also. Next one is How to Train Your Dragon or Nimona.
I haven't seen Nimona, but you shouted out really hard, so I definitely feel like I should. And How to Train Your Dragon is also one of those ones that I haven't revisited much since seeing it as a kid. And I know a lot of adults who, like my age who hold that movie like really close. So I feel like I would like to revisit it. Did the live action remake literally already come out? Is that?
I think so. Yeah.
Has that come and gone?
Yeah, it's come and gone. Yeah.
Just right under the rug.
Yeah, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth for sure. But I'd like to think that the original movie has some merit. So I'll pick that one.
I guess I'm realizing like I did not watch a lot of animated movies like as a kid. I think I quickly just started watching like the movies that my mom would watch kind of. So I haven't seen either of these either, but I will go with How to Train Your Dragon just because I know it is revered.
Shout out to Neil who loved that movie when he was a little kid. But I will pick Nimona. You guys should watch it. It was hysterical.
All right.
Next one is Ants, the Bee Movie, or Ant Bully.
Ants? I'm gonna pick the B movie because I'm a cusp millennial Gen Z, and I feel like we are the exact age of people who the B movie memes really were timely for us, like in
it was perfect.
Middle school and high school.
I remember I got my brother I think a t-shirt for Christmas once that had the entire script of the B movie on it. I think
I was using the B movie quotes as my Instagram captions. Like that
for
was,
sure. Yeah.
It was the move
perfect.
for sure.
It was. I'll stand by it. I'll go with the B movie.
And I will say, doesn't Ants have a Woody Allen situation?
Sure does.
And
sure does.
The Ant Bully. Did anyone see that? I mean,
I don't know
did.
what that is. What's the Ant Bully?
It was a movie about a kid who loved to stomp on anthills, and then he got turned into an ant, and he learned his lesson about being a bully because he said sometimes you're the ant.
Yeah. Okay. Real.
I'm gonna go B movie also. Next one is Horton Hears a Who or the Lorax.
The Lorax cult also like occupied an important cultural space, especially on Tumblr. When I was on Tumblr, unfortunately was present. A Thneed. I'll laugh at a Thneed joke, still to this day.
What's the one that had like the goth boy in it? It was at the Lorax, and everyone on Tumblr was like, "Dara, I need you to lock in for me."
The one slur. You're talking about the one slur.
Sure. Again, haven't seen either of these movies. But I'm going to go for the Lorax just because I did like the book.
Have you seen any that I've mentioned so far?
Okay, but there's also this goth who.
Yeah, it's the goth who.
Yeah, Jojo McDodd. That one's from Horton Hears a Who. The Goth Who is from Horton Hears a Who.
He looks like my first boyfriend, so.
Next one is Prince of Egypt or Road to El Dorado.
Road to El Dorado, I definitely have seen more and like more, but again, Prince of Egypt is one that I haven't seen in a really long time and would like to revisit as an adult because it's definitely been a while, but I love Road to El Dorado.
Maybe I'll do that for my movie choice then, because Prince of Egypt does fucking smack.
I hear the score all the time. People like reposting the score.
Yeah, because it's gas. Road to El Dorado is also one that sort of sits in this same Sinbad space for me, where I didn't really watch it very much, but I'm certain that I did, I guess. But I love Prince of Egypt, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Road to El Dorado, but shout out to Erin, who loves Prince of Egypt.
Real. Hell yeah, Erin.
Next one is All Dogs Go to Heaven or Cats. Cats Don't Dance.
Cats Don't Dance? What is that?
Cats can't dance. Cats can't dance.
Cats can't dance.
It's about a cat who wants to go to Broadway.
Oh.
I want to pick that just because it sounds more appealing.
I wanted to do Oliver and Company from your list this month, Jen, because that's my favorite animated animal
I love that movie.
film, also featuring Billy Joel. But I don't even even know if I've seen All Dogs Go to Heaven, but I know it's a Don Bluth, and I respect Don Bluth's respect for children's capacity to learn about death. And I think we need more of that in kids' media now. Like, you know, talk about the real shit. Talk about how your dog is gonna die. So I guess I'll pick that one because I do not think I know about this cat movie. Emily, are you Googling?
Yeah, because I remember All Dogs Go to Heaven being, like, obviously mildly traumatic. But I don't remember it enough to really say. But I'm gonna pick, what was it called? Cats what?
Cats can't dance. They can. I've seen it in my house every day. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna go for Cats Can't Dance because that just sounds like a way more fun premise than All Dogs Go to Heaven. Absolutely not.
What do you mean? That's a great premise. That's a great premise. That they're all gonna go there?
I want to see the Cats get to
Dog Hell. Let's check out Dog Hell.
I want to see Cats get to Broadway. Thank you.
There was like an evil little Shirley Temple princess looking girl named like Darla Dimple.
Sure.
She was like a spoiled brat kid. Yeah. I'll go Cats Can't Dance. And last one. Rio, Rango, Balto, Turbo.
Rio? No. Rango, yes. Balto, ooh. Turbo, absolutely not. If it's between Rango and Balto, I think I like the movie Rango more, so I'll pick that one. But Balto does sit in that really, you know, why'd they make that dog so hot?
I'm gonna smack the table when I say Rango, because that was one that I don't remember watching as a kid and that I watched as an adult, and I wholeheartedly thought it was a work of genius. And I stand by that. So I'm gonna go Rango.
I'm gonna go Balto because we that was another staple at our house. Okay, so now rapid fire.
Oh fuck yeah!
With the movies we just said. I'm going to say the voice actor. You have to say the movie.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I've got my thinking cap on.
Okay.
Ready? Jack Black.
Kung Fu Panda.
Good job, Ben. Chloe Grace Moretz.
Nimona.
Sorry, I'm taking score. Okay, Jim Carrey. Time's up. Horton Hears a Who. Val Kilmer.
Balto? No.
What were the...
Time's up. Prince of Egypt.
Yes.
Kevin Bacon.
Balto.
Johnny Depp.
Rango.
Annie Hathaway.
Oh, shit.
Time's up. Rio.
Oh, yeah, no.
Rio.
Yeah. Burt Reynolds. Time's up. All Dogs Go to Heaven. Will Smith.
Oh, Shark Tales.
Good job, Em. Anna Faris. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Jerry Seinfeld.
B-movie.
Okay, last one. Nicolas Cage. And Paul Giamatti.
The Lorax?
Nope. Aunt Bully.
Aunt Bully! Aunt Bully! Wait, Paul Giamatti and Nicolas Cage? Wait.
Paul Giamatti being in a movie called Aunt Bully makes so much sense to my child brain.
That is it for the game that is the worst game I've done so far.
Listen.
No, we're just not locked. We just weren't locked.
Wait, but who won?
It was tie. It was tie.
It was a tie.
Honestly, for not seeing any of those movies, I feel pretty good about that.
Jen, we're so happy to have you back. Thank you for your selection this week, and moving forward, we will be hearing from you again.
Thank you.
And we love you, and see you next week.
All right. I love you guys. Have an awesome night.
Bye. I love you, Jen.
I feel like easy fuck, marry, kill, Proteus, Sinbad, Marina, kind of a no-brainer. You marry Marina, go out on the seas. I don't want either of these men, to be frank. Everyone is sexy here. Everyone is fuckable, marryable, and killable. So it's a pretty good scenario for us this week, and even the movie at large. very fuckable and marryable film. But I would say specifically marry Marina, fuck Sinbad, kill Proteus. Who cares?
Oh, really? Sinbad is dirty. I don't want any part of that.
That is true. That is true, actually. I'm not trying to catch anything. I don't know if I trust.
I'm gonna marry Marina, and fuck Proteus.
That ponytail?
He probably smells so good. He's got he's
like covered in oils, I bet.
Oil. Yes, I'm in oil.
Mm-hmm. That man is oiled up because we're in Italy.
Yeah, of course.
We're in Syracuse.
And I'm gonna kill Sinbad.
That's fair.
And then we're both gonna fuck Kale, right?
Oh yeah, you know it. Part of the Charlie XCX movie that I was kind of bummed about was that her husband wasn't there, George, and I love George because he's bald. He's bald husband representation.
Exactly. No, so real.
Love me a bald man. So yeah, obviously I'll be fucking Kale. I do think Rat also though a rope situation.
Rat seems like the man you marry.
But also like just truly too unkempt to get anywhere near that.
For sure.
Who would I marry? Oh, Eris. I'm gonna get Celestial and I'm gonna marry a goddess, and she can just keep me wherever. I'll do anything.
Well, you obviously want to be tiny. You can just hang out on her shoulder.
Yes, exactly.
Like in her hair.
Exactly. You're right.
I'm just picturing you sitting on top of her with a little just lounging in her big locks.
You're right, Emily. I do want to be tiny. And then who do you kill? I feel like the Emperor, right? To shake things up to help my wife, the Chaos Goddess.
Sure. Of course, yeah, that would do it.
To sow some
discord. Or Proteus. You kill Proteus, honestly, to kill the son that's going to come out afterwards.
I think he can bounce back.
I mean, maybe. I'm gonna fuck Eris. I don't need all of that all the time. That's too much chaos for me.
I don't need to be tiny all the time.
You can have her. I just want a piece. And then I'm still gonna marry Marina. Because obviously my type is the girls that have the same haircut as me. And then I'm gonna kill. Oh, I'm still killing Sinbad easily.
Yeah, real Brad Pitt. Fuck him.
He was literally the worst character out of all of his shipmates. They could have done fine without him.
But then he would do something cool with a knife, and I'd be like, "You've got me."
I think Kale. I want Kale running that ship.
That is true. When he's like, "If I die, Kale, the ship is yours." Oh my god! And then they turn the ship, and then it flies in the air. That was cinema.
Love that.
That was fucking cinema. This movie is underrated as fuck, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Which I guess gets us into our next segment, which is what would you eat and drink with this? Which I feel like it's just sort of like a whatever movie because it's like an 84-minute kids movie. So it's like, have some Taco Bell or something, run something easy.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say, since Sinbad is canonically... What did you say? Like just Middle Eastern, broadly Middle Eastern.
Yeah, I think he's from Baghdad. Where's that? Iraq, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was telling Dara earlier that I had a really, and it wasn't like a wrap or anything like that. It was, well, I guess it was a wrap, but they called it a roll up. I had a falafel roll up from my local halal place, and it was just the perfect size. And I think that one thing that frustrates me so much, just generally is having too much food all the time because I'm not a leftovers girl. And this was just it was perfectly bite-sized. I couldn't have asked for anything better. Get some toom on the side, some of that garlic sauce with your french fries. Go for it.
I am a leftovers girl.
I want to bring it back. We are not having an Italian Sinbad here.
Yeah, absolutely. No Syracusean.
Iraqi Sinbad, thank you.
No Syracusean cuisine happening. Definitely not. No, I agree. I feel like the distinction between like roll up and wrap, roll up definitely sounds more manageable because I am a leftovers girly, but I have a small jaw and I don't always want to be unhinging my jaw.
Medically small.
And also a sandwich. It's like if I have to take separate bites and getting separate parts of the sandwich. Like if the sandwich is so big that sometimes my bite is like just bread and lettuce, that fucking sucks, man. I want the sandwich to be everything in every bite, and that's what a roll-up sounds like to me.
Exactly. It's exactly that, Dara. It's exactly that.
You're really selling me on this.
Because here's my other thing, is when it's a wrap or something like that, or when it's like too big, I can't, one, I'm not finishing it. And then two, I have leftovers. Here's the thing. I don't want my soggy leftover. What am I going to do? Nuke the lettuce and tomato that's on the wrap? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Am I going to eat it cold? Absolutely not.
Fair.
Yeah. So it's a real problem for me. But yeah, the roll up. Shout out.
Real life, I had a cup of hot cocoa.
Yeah.
I had some hot cocoa.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
Which I feel like is very like you're at daycare. Like you're at daycare and it's snowing outside and you have your hot cocoa and you're going to watch Sinbad and all the little kids are sleeping. So you can put on a scary movie.
Yeah, my favorite one. Oh my God. What were your favorite daycare snacks? You could do that. I remember really being fond of whales instead of goldfish.
Oh.
Do you ever have whales?
Not personally. I grew up in a Cheez-It household through and through. I always had
you're
the white
still a
cheddar,
Cheez-It woman.
the white cheddar, like little individual bags at school. I really had good snacks at growing up. I always felt like Jen really kept it stocked because I compare with Henry, grew up in a house of 4 boys. And they're like the snacks in their house were thin. So I feel like I grew up in splendor because I was having Oreos every day. my little pack of sour cream and onion Pringles. Anything sour cream and onion, I definitely would rock a lot. And my Uncrustable PB&J.
Oh, for sure.
Every day for 10 plus years of my life.
Yeah, I was a peanut butter and fluff girl until probably middle school.
That's a regional thing. Fluff is marshmallow.
Oh, yeah.
It's like marshmallow spreadable, and we eat it with peanut butter. And in my house, we called it a fluffernutter. It's a peanut butter and fluff sandwich,
which is I think what it is called.
A fluffernutter. A fluffernutter with Sinbad. That sounds nice. That sounds like 2003, baby.
That and a Capri Sun. Oh,
Roaring Waters because it's healthy.
Obviously. And then what do you rate this movie? I'm gonna give it a middle of the road 5.
Oh my God, I'm giving it like an 8. No, that's way too high. Maybe like a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. I think this movie's so good.
Hey, fair enough. Speak your truth. Oh, what do you follow it up with?
Oh, I feel like you want to stay. Me, I'm like El Dorado or Treasure Planet or just any of the movies of this era that I feel like we described as being like the pocket, you know?
Yeah. Me personally, it's Hercules. 110%.
Oh, you're going back to the mouse. You're jumping ship.
Yes,
you're jumping ship back to the mouse.
I'm going to jump ship because, I mean, I do feel like this movie could have done well with some song. And Hercules has some bangers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I guess if we're keeping it Greek,
and I also know the story. Yes,
the Odyssey. Are we pumped for that?
Oh my God!
I felt like that. Did you see the extended trailer that they released before our Avatar? Were you in one of those screenings?
I wasn't in one of those screenings, unfortunately. I saw it like snagged from Twitter, like on Twitter or something, the pirated version. So like
of the Trojan horse sequence.
Yeah, it looks great. Don't get me wrong. I'm really excited.
I feel like it's really like poorly lit. I was pissed. I was like, okay, I get that it's happening at night, but I can't see anything. Where are the gaffers? Give me some cinematic lighting. Everything was like really kind of colorless and flat to me, which I just hope the whole movie is not like that.
Yeah, I can't really say too much because I did see it from the pirated movie.
I know Christopher Nolan loves a very like grayscale color palette, and I know that's fine, but I like hate when I'm in the theater and I'm like, it's too dark. I can't see what's happening. Oh, and I want to redact, oh my God, from last week, for those still listening. Last week, you said Jeffrey Epstein is in Tel Aviv, and that has been debunked. So that
Yeah, please.
So that is not true. Just
sorry,
in case. Just in case anyone is still believing that.
A little bit. Guys, I'm sorry. I was spiraling just a little bit.
And I was
don't
talking
worry,
shit.
There's plenty more to spiral about. It's okay.
And I was talking shit about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and I was saying that they should scale back their production budget so that they can give us more seasons faster. And I want to take that back because I didn't realize they're already filming season 2. That's crazy. And the armor that was presented in this past episode blew me away. That I was like, they can take as long as they need. I love looking at the heraldry. I love looking at the Fossaway apple armor. It was kidding
really
me,
beautiful.
Bitch?
It was really, really pretty.
I said, I take it back. Do what you need to do.
I'm giddy for next week's episode. It's gonna be fucked up.
And just for this to keep happening. Like, I'm so glad they're already filming more of it. They said George R. Martin has written more Duncan Egg stories to give to productions for them to use.
10 to 12. 10 to 12. He said, I will do anything for those boys. Whatever you want.
I am back on my Game of Thrones shit, okay? I'm fully... I'm watching YouTube video essays, bitch.
Yup.
I'm learning about Summer Hall.
I've been going through the wiki Westeros or whatever the fuck it is, reading everyone's histories.
Maybe we'll have educated. To do because isn't a house Hot D House of the Dragon, isn't that coming out this summer?
No chance. They haven't even released a trailer for that yet.
Isn't it coming out this year, though? Isn't it coming out in 2026? No?
I feel like if it is, it's at the end of the year, but probably. Maybe?
Let's see.
Who's to say?
The AI overview says set to premiere in summer 2026. Who's to say if that's true or not, though?
We'll see. I feel like if that was true, says I feel like I would have gotten something by
just
now.
2026. Honestly, even if it's winter, I don't even care. Knowing that it's coming this year makes me really happy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know that George R. R. Martin does not like that one.
I don't care, bitch. I like it.
I do. I really like it, guys. I like those two beautiful people on my screen, Emma Darcy and Olivia Cook, and then they got all those funky looking men.
All their little fucked up sons. And the dragons. I just love to see dragons. All the time.
Love it.
Dragons and pirates. Let's get more of that going in media. Let's get a big pirate push, can we, please? Because
you've heard it here first.
For food and drink, though, for pirates, you could do rum. I am a rum lover, and I feel like
of course,
I love an excuse with a pirate movie to get real trashed. To be like, no, I need to have a handle of rum.
No, it has to be a Mai Tai.
Yeah, I have to have 9 different hard liquors in this fruity drink. A little splash of pineapple juice. All right. Thank you all for listening to The Swamp this week. Let us know what you think about really anything in the comments, what movies we should cover, Oscars, what's going on there. You know what's up. And if this movie turned you gay, also, please let me know. And have a lovely rest of your week. And goodbye and good night.